Johnny, what's life been like for you personally as manager of Wimbledon since last Saturday?
Been really good, Rob. Obviously had a great weekend after that result. Enjoyed it. Made sure that everyone enjoyed that. I said to the boys after, days like that, that's why we do it as players, coaches, staff. We live for their moments really. So I think it is important that you do try and enjoy it when they come around. But obviously, you can't go too overboard because it's just one game, and so we had to get back into work this week. But I'm sure everyone enjoyed Saturday night. Woke up Sunday with a smile on their face, and then been cracking on back on with the work this week.
Yeah, Matty Stevens said to me afterwards, the boys did the club proud. I mean, perhaps it's pushing it a little bit far to say it's a statement for the league.
Yeah, I just got to be. You have to be careful of that sort of talk. It's a really good result against a good team, good opposition. To score 3 goals and keep a clean sheet, it's a really good result. So we don't have to dress that bit of it up, but it's just one result. It's another 3 points, obviously, on our total. And we're only 5 games in, so I think talking of statement wins and stuff like that, we just we want to temper that a little bit and just concentrate on the next one. What we do know is that we're in a good position. We've given ourselves a really good chance with the start that we made. And I feel like we're a good team, and if we perform well, continue to do what we're doing and try and get better at it, and sort of not really sort of slacking in the work and what we're doing, then I think we'll continue to pick up points regularly because I think we are a good side, but certainly don't think we've cracked anything, and certainly won't be coming off the off the pedal.
No, I mean you rewarded the squad with a couple of days off, but training's been pretty intense since.
Yeah, I think it was important because we're going into another really tough schedule. So obviously we've got a big game Saturday, then we've got the Newcastle game on the Tuesday, and I think we're crewing the league on the Tuesday after, Crawley the Tuesday after in the Bristol Street. So it's Saturday, Tuesday now for the foreseeable really. So you obviously have to get the sort of the rest in where you can. We're really going to have to manage training loads, but when we work properly. And that's been the focus since we come back in this week, working towards Bradford, putting Saturday to bed. Obviously, it was lovely, but it's been and gone, and fully focused on Bradford and making sure that we get the right work in on the training pitch.
How are you captain and vice captain?
Yeah, so Johnnie's probably going to come a bit too soon for Johnnie. He's not been outside yet with the group, so hopefully he's suspended for the Newcastle game anyway. So he'll miss Saturday. Obviously miss Tuesday, and hopefully have him back for next week, all being well, with no setbacks. But Skip will make a late call on Reevesy. Obviously he was sore after the game with his ankle, couldn't get through the game, came off, but it has settled pretty nicely, and if we can get him outside Friday doing something with a view to being involved, that would be great. But obviously we'll make the late call on that one on Friday morning.
Remind us of Ryan McLean, Aaron Sass's injuries. How are they progressing? Anybody else ruled out?
Well, they're both progressing really well. As different injuries, different time frames. Of course, Ryan's long term, but he's actually coming along really nicely with his progression. So obviously he's still looking at a few more months. But Sass is going to, again, if all being well and no setbacks over the weekend, he's probably going to start dipping back into training next week. That's the plan with him. He's hit all of his markers as far as his running, his top speeds and stuff like that. And he's come through it really well, so we're pleased with that. If we can get him back in training next week, start dipping him into the group with a view, to by the end of the week fully training, that would be absolutely perfect for Sass's progression. So obviously we have to see how the next few days go with that, but he's flying along now and really close to coming back.
That's great news. In terms of Bradford, of course, promotion chasers themselves, big cavernous stands there, strong home support. What are we in for up there?
I think you nailed it there. I think it's a great game for us, to be honest. On the back of the game that just gone at Plough Lane, where it was a massive occasion, huge atmosphere, big crowd, a lot of emotion involved in that game. To have another big one like this come straight after is great, I think, because you're going to one of the iconic stadiums in the country, really. For certainly it's probably the biggest ground, biggest crowd you're going to play in front of in this league, and the massive home support which is going to mean that my players are going to have to manage that, the emotion of that and manage the atmosphere again. But I think we got good practice with that last week, didn't we? It'll be a bigger crowd at Bradford, but it certainly won't be louder or more vociferous than what the players was up against on Saturday. Obviously, that was on our own patch, and we made that a bit of a cauldron for the opposition. It'll be the flip of that this time, and their home crowd can really be a driving force behind a team, and we know that, and the boys are well aware of that. A lot of the boys have played there before, and it's got a big game feel anytime you go to Bradford. So we're looking forward to that, and I'm sure my players can handle that situation, but it's something that we obviously need to be really aware of. They're a good team with a lot of threats, and if you don't get it right against them, it can be a long day up there. But obviously we've done the work on them this week. We'll continue to do that tomorrow, Friday morning, put the last little bits in place. Then we're on the road bright and early, and going up there with the expectation that we can win the game, knowing that we're in a really difficult one.
Brilliant. Best of luck, Johnny.
Cheers, Rob.